Hola, Rosie, Richard, and all the family over there in Texas, Floresville, San Antonio, that direction. I'm here in the aquaponic tank system, and I'd like to say hi to everybody. I haven't forgot about anybody. We're kicking butt over here, making plans to expand you guys' way. So I wanted to show you a little sample of our system and kind of walk you through it. So this is actually an aquaponic greenhouse, and it's growing all the veggies that are important and nutritious for all of us. And it's a really good system. And it's recycling the water that's with the little pescaditos, the little fish, and it recirculates through an aquaponic system, and all the fish waste gets in the water, and that creates nutrients. And then I'll show it to you. Here you go. So this over here is the tank. It's about maybe 3 foot wide by maybe 6 foot long, and it's lined with a rubber liner. And inside the tank is a little fish. So you can kind of see them in there. They like to hide. So there they are, little fish. And what we do is we actually have inside this tank is rocks. And we have a little pump that's down there, inside there. You can see that pump. And it's recirculating the water up through the top. And this box right here has gravel. And it also has worms, redworms. And as the water gets flowing through that, it sends nutrients from the water that's down at the bottom to all the vegetables. And so you can kind of see what happens when you put that nutrient water through the vegetables. And this is a lettuce. We have lettuce and mint, which is really good for obviously the salads. We have actually strawberries in there, and actually we have some tomato plants in there too that are growing. These guys right here, those are tomato plants. So it's hard to believe that tomato plants could grow in the solid water, but they can. So then we have this little guy right over here. That's what you call a bell siphon, and what it does is when the water gets up to a certain point, it automatically drains all the water out of the tank from down here. So once that kicks into gear, fills up to a certain point, it sends the water back out. So that's actually considered the filter. So that's called a natural biological filter. So then the pump also, in addition to sending the water up through the filter, we have a T, and it's sending the water. This is a filter for your drip system, and it's sending the water into a drip system. What the drip system does is it sends the water through tubes, and you can kind of see the water going into the tubes right here. And this is what you call a Dutch bucket. So the water goes into the gravel, and then it filters out through this side. So we have a Dutch bucket system that's sending all the water to the strawberries. And then it's also sending it to a PVC pipe up here in the top, and that runs the water down through that PVC pipe. And you can have onions, celery. This one right here is a mint, yerba buena. We have spearmint, chocolate mint, There's also onions for your salsas, and we have lemon verbena, and that's great for teas, detox teas. Now you see up here the line continues up here on the top, and it goes to a tower, and we created the tower, and the tower has the water running, dripping up to it, and it runs down, and then it waters these these plants right here. So this is lettuce, and so basically when you're making your salads, you just trim off the leaves that you want. Fresh lettuce. There's no chemicals. It's all nutrient water, and it's all organic. And you can see what happens with that lettuce gets in there. It just loves the nutrients. And you have different yerba buena. This is another mint. Nice and healthy. The temperature outside is about 55 degrees. I guess in here is about maybe 70 right now, but this week it hit 70 degrees outside, and it went to about probably 85 in here, which that's really ideal for growing. So the drip system also continues, and then it goes, I have it go to a series of pipes, PVC pipes, and basically the same application. And like you say, we're still actually in winter, and we have tomatoes growing. So for our salsas, we have our seed beds going for tomatoes and squash and all that stuff for what's going to be happening in the next couple of months. So we have all our seeds up there, and then that recycles the water going through for spinach, kale, mint, chard, and then it dumps out over here to this tank. And then this one has bok choy for your oriental soups. We have carrots growing. We got our strawberries. Down on the bottom we have our beautiful elephant ears. It'll be all part of the waterfall. And we have over here, we have kale and asparagus. So here's our little tomato plants, and it looks like the aphids have just kind of took over the last 2 days, so I have to spray that. But that's our system. Over here we have the moringa seeds growing. We just got the moringa seeds started. The moringa seeds is that beautiful tree that we're going to be growing back there in the back of your guys' house. It's so cool that we have all kinds of worms and worm castings and stuff, and that's all the nutrition that we need. So we even have pineapple. So when you get your pineapple, just cut the bottom off or the top off, and you can just stick it in there and it'll grow. So exciting. We have all of our strawberries, and we have celery. And when we're doing the potted plants, we have a potted plant mix, but we also mix the worm castings, and I'll take you outside. So we have our horses that are out there in the field, and they're producing the horse poop. Bring the horse poop out over here, and then what we do is we have the horse poop, and then we have all of the redworms. You can kind of see them right there. So that's where a lot of the nutrition comes from on the worm castings. So we have our worm piles. All of this is last year's worm castings. It's all been broke down. It's ready for to put in all of the pots. And then when we go inside, we have our aquaponic tanks with our fish in there. And we have the floating islands with herbs. So one tank flows inside the other tank. That tank flows inside this tank. It goes right around in a circle. And then we have our filters and our... Over here we have our other fish tank. Notice I have everything covered because, man, I'm telling you, the birds want to eat these fish so bad, the egrets and the heron, and they come trying to figure out how to get in this place. So we have to keep it all covered. It's been kind of windy lately, so got another tank over here full of fish, and we recycle the water into the gardens. All the fish are just waiting. So over your guys' way, what we need to do is we need to come up with a tank, fill it up with the fish, and then just start recycling the water through the greenhouse. So we're gonna have to put together a greenhouse with the tanks. And we could actually, if you know, I know over there I seen you guys had places that had these tanks all over the place, and they're actually pretty reasonable. So you could probably get a whole tank like this for like 50 bucks or 40 bucks or something, and that could be the source where our water, we're going to be taking our water from. All we need is a small pump, and then get the greenhouse going, and then we can get everything started for you guys. So what I'll do is I'll give you guys a little list of the things that you're going to need. Now over here in California, Northern California, which is 3/4 of California, they will not let us grow tilapia. And they said that tilapia is not, it's an invasive fish. It grows too fast, and it can take over our waterways in California. But in Texas, tilapia, it's fine to grow tilapia and shrimp and catfish and bass and all that. So my call would be that we'll be raising tilapia, bass, catfish to eat, as well as to bring the nutrients into our water so that we can get everything amazingly healthy for us and green and beautiful. Later on in the spring, this whole place is going to be vibrant with just beautiful flowers. It's still wintertime right now, so we're not really seeing the water temperature. It needs to be about 75 degrees, closer to 80, and then everything comes alive. So God bless you guys. We're excited about helping you guys out, and we have some actually really cool ideas to get things financed for you guys to actually get things working, and I'll share that with you in another video. So God bless you guys, and hang in there. We'll send you guys some more videos. Thank you.